What's up again, everyone? Today we're going into the vault, and we're going to talk about some vinyl. We're in the A's still, got a lot to get through. It doesn't look like much when I sit here and look at it, but there's a lot to get through. I like to research some of this stuff too before I talk about it. Sometimes there's things I just bought and listened to and slapped it away and didn't think much about it. What we're listening to, this is streaming. I'm contemplating buying this one. This is the new Green Druid album called At the Maw of Ruin. I've been a Green Druid fan for a while, and this new album came out not all that long ago. A band I've talked about on this channel called In the Company of Serpents. I think one of the guys from that band did a background vocal on a couple of these songs and did a live stream with them recently. One of my favorite releases of the year. I think it's called Lux by In the Company of Serpents. I'll link him below, along with a link to Green Druid here. Kind of doomy, very heavy. I mean, these guys tune down, way down, it sounds like. So if this is your jam, check them out. So first up, we are going to talk about the album Brats and Battalions by The Adolescents. This is an original pressing on SOS Records. I believe it does the original innards, kind of a black and white pictures, and then it folds out vertically with some lyrics on there. This is punk rock from California, Southern California, if I remember correctly. Kind of bombastic, sing-along, gang vocal type stuff. I don't like every song on here, but I got this for cheap. Brats and Battalions is a great song. Do with the Freddie. Some of the songs are just kind of cheesy, in my opinion. What I like about this album a lot, if you notice the front cover, it's a bunch of kids with their toy guns. Many of us that grew up in the 80s or whatever, even the 70s, played with our toy guns. We go around and play war, and then on the back it shows actual soldiers in war with their guns. I kind of like the contrast there of, hey, remember how great we thought playing with guns was, and now we're in the shit, and maybe it's not so exciting. So I like the contrast there of that, so that kind of hit home with me. But this is a pretty good album overall. Again, there's a few misses on here, in my opinion, but make up your own mind about that one. Next up is a split that I believe came out in 2012. This is a split between Adversarial and Antediluvian. I can never pronounce their fucking name, I don't know why. Side Leviathan and side Lucifer on Nuclear War Now. You get the idea of probably what this is. Death black metal, more black metal than death metal, definitely. These guys are just sound very cavernous. There's the insert. I'm pretty sure it's black vinyl. It also came with a big poster, which I will share with you all. Pretty much like the cover art. It looks like a giant, disgusting, potentially a vagina, I guess, for lack of a better term there. But it's cavernous black metal. I like the Adversarial side better. But really, both of these bands sound very similar, which makes sense on why they did a split. It's just very, very filthy, very nasty. You want to take a shower after listening to this. I do like both bands, but like I said, the Adversarial is a little better, and you can't notice there on the bottom there's a upside down cross. You look close there. I never noticed that before until today, so pretty cool. I bought this, I think, again, this was a record store find. I had heard of Adversarial before. Listened to it a few times. There's 3 songs from each band. 3 songs on one side, 3 on the other. But like I said, Adversarial's better, more, I don't know what you would describe them as. They're not as experimental as, say, Blut aus Nord or Dustspell Omega or anything like that, but there's no melody here. There's no, oh, that's gonna stick in my craw. It's just nasty, unrelenting black metal. Next up, an album I've talked about before in my CD collection. Apparently, I also have it on vinyl. Got this for cheap. Aerosmith's debut. It's got Dream On it. I'm not going to talk much about it. It also has Mama Cannon Walking the Dog. Great songs. It's original press. It was in pretty good shape, and I think got it for like $3 or something like that. So I thought, yeah, why not? Sometimes when I'm in the record store, I'll just see an album and think, $3. What's the big deal? And that's probably what happened to this one too. Aerosmith, Get Your Wings, another original press. This has Same Old Song and Dance. Y'all know that one. Lord of the Thighs. And then SOS. Too Bad. I think it's pretty good. And of course it has the Train Kept a Rollin' cover on here too. So another original press in there. Switching gears a lot of bit. I always say a little bit, but a lot of bit. We have this album by Evangelist, I don't know how you pronounce it. This came out in $20 spin. This is Enthralled to the Void of Bliss. This came out in 2015. Not much to show in the innards on this one either. More cavernous black metal, ironically enough. This is very close in alphabet to Adversarial and Antiv, whatever band I mentioned earlier. Can never pronounce their fucking name. These black metal bands trying to get cutesy with their names really drives me nuts. Just pick a normal name. Sorry, I'm a little feisty today. But this is another more straightforward black metal. Again, no melody, no nothing that really sticks in your head, but it's still good to listen to if you're in the mood for it. Very similar as other bands I mentioned. Note the nice ding up there in the corner. I'm pretty sure I got this at a record store too at a discount, so because of the ding. So I was like, I'm not really, for now I'm like this, I don't really care about the dings so much. Some people are really hell-bent on having mint condition stuff, which I get, but for something like that it was no big deal. This one I've already talked about, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It was in a lot of year-end lists, but not enough. AFSCII. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but it's just great melodic black metal. If you want your melody, this album kicks off and just doesn't stop with melodies. The tremolo picking is incredible. The riffs stick in your head. That cover alone, if you can see the woman grieving her dead husband, you feel that emotion in this album. So another great 2020 release that I've already talked about, and some others have too, but check it out again, it's good shit. Next up, we have the Swan Song from the band Agalloch. This is, I believe, The Serpent and the Sphere, I think is what it's called. Can't really read it very well. This is the double LP version on Dammering Arts. Came out in 2014, I think. 13, 14, somewhere in there. This is around the time when Agalloch, I think, were starting to break up. You can, if nothing says break up like that picture there. I didn't read too much about the drama because I try to stay away from that shit, but John Hamm, I think is his name over here. He's always kind of been the ringleader of Agalloch, and these three guys over here, Jason Walton, and Aesop, and I can't remember the other guy's name. There was some conflict there, if you will, with the band. Won't dig up drama. Don't really care, but they aren't together anymore. So this has kind of a cool cover. There's a see-through there, and inner sleeve kind of adds to the coloring, or the cover rather. I don't remember what color this is, if you guys really care. It's got some kind of cool auburn see-through brown type deal, and this one came with a bonus 7-inch, but I think this is the one that came with the bonus 7-inch. I guess we're going to find out here real quick. Yes, something's in here. Yeah, I don't remember. It says Omega Serpents on one side and Sigma Serpents on the other. I don't remember what's on the 7-inch, though. There's an etching on side D, which I'll show you real quick. This is not my favorite Agalloch album. There's some cool etching. Hopefully you can kind of see that. I go back to The Mantle and some others from their past for my favorites, but I liked the packaging on this one. So sad they're gone. They were a great band, considered to be many a classic black metal, atmospheric black metal band. Lots of melody, great riffs. One of the few black metal bands where I can pretty much understand just about every word they're singing. So if that's your thing, check out Agalloch. Never got to see him live. I had a chance to see him in Chicago. I think I was going to be on the guest list too. Somehow, I don't remember how I finagled that, but I just couldn't make it. I don't know if it was weather or what, but sad I never got to see Agalloch live. Maybe they will set aside their differences someday and get back together. My opinion. Last but not least, this is the only other Agnostic Front LP I own. I think, whoops, there went the mic. Hopefully that didn't hurt anyone's ears. Something's Gotta Give. This has Gotta Go. Great song, very catchy, melodic, etc. This came out in 98. Still got the insert there, black and white insert. Not much else to show there. Better production value on this. Obviously, this was many years later, so I think they had a little bit more money. This came out on Epitaph, not my favorite label. But what I didn't know until I started looking at this is that it was engineered, produced by Billy Milano and Roger Merritt, who was Roger Merritt's in Agnostic Front, and then engineered by Billy Milano. I'm pretty sure it's the same Billy Milano was in SOD and MOD. Huge dude, vocalist. I'll never forget the time I watched the SOD home video, and he jumped up on he somehow got up on the monitors way up top and actually did a flip into the crowd. I don't know who was at the bottom of that. Billy Milano's a big dude, and he was up 10-15 feet in the air and did a dive into the crowd there for the SOD show. My War, Bloodsucker, The Blame, Crucified, all pretty good songs here. After this album, they kind of lost me a little bit. They would be one of those bands where you'd hear the single that would come out, and then you'd buy it, and then the rest of the album would be shit. I shouldn't say shit, just not as good. So I kind of quit buying Agnostic Front stuff, and on Spotify I kind of went through their catalog and my just to see if I missed something, and I didn't. To me, if you just listen to the old stuff, anything from Something's Gotta Give previous, you can't go wrong with Agnostic Front, but don't forget to listen to Sick of It All. So that's it for this edition of Mostly Metal. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. I'm coming up on 100 subscribers. If I can get to 100, I'm going to do some kind of a giveaway. I don't know what yet, but my goal is 100, and my goal then is 1,000 by the end of 2021. So I want to hit 100, then 500, then 1,000. I'm getting ready to get some new equipment, some lighting. I'm going to try to make this production a little better, get all the kinks worked out. So hope you guys like the channel. If you do, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom, your dad, your dog, your grandma, whoever, to come check out the channel. Do appreciate your time, and hope you guys found something new here that you may not have known before. All the links will be below. Check them out, support the bands, and have a good one. Later.